we are out thrifting at the DI here in American Forks. So we'll take you along with us so you can see what we get.
Camera doesn't do it justice, but look at these mountains today. Right off the bat, I found this awesome glass set and this butter dish. And then I kept looking for some more glass, but I didn't really find anything today glass-wise other than that first set.
This looks good. You can kind of tell it's old because of the glazing. And look at that, California pottery. It's not even got like chips in it.
It's a good piece.
Like little teeny tiny ones. This
Do you think maybe it had a lid at one point?
Maybe, but the coloring is really good too.
I'm always able to find something in the small decor item shelves. I love candlesticks and anything that's older. I know that a lot of people aren't canning anymore, but that jar lifter is awesome. There was a few other things, but we've got a few baskets that we've been thrifting in the last few days that haven't sold, so I'm gonna leave those alone. And then sometimes there's just tonnage and you gotta dig a little bit or check the bottom shelf. I like this. I actually don't hate the design on it. And it had a bonus lid in the bottom. I thought it didn't even have the lid, but when I looked in it, there it is. Oh, Redrick's thrifting. Yeah, let's do it. At Deseret Industries, they have a yard area, and it's usually got a bunch of like bikes and sometimes yard tools and furniture, things like that. But I never pass up a good bird cage, especially a metal one for $5. Not a whole lot on the shelves today, just kind of some random decor. I did find these tiered trays out in the yard, but no trays in them, so we'll have to see what we can find in the store. Is this metal or plastic? Plastic. It's not old. Look at you finding all the good stuff today. See, $10 for that frame. That's what we'd be buying because that picture's got to go. Maybe some big decoupage in there. I think that's a good buy. The back comes off. What about this? Oh, $30. Nope, I'm out.
$15 for this.
No. All right, Redrick, we are on a mission. We've got to find pie tins to fit this. We need three tins. Look at that. Oh, there's some right here. Will these fit? Here, let's dig this out. Hold this. See if that'll fit. Hold on. Okay, grab 3 of those. Find the ones that are like the least cut up, like the thickest gauge.
Thicker ones?
So, I guess we're stuck with these. They're 75 cents. We can't go wrong with them, right?
No, some are $2.
All right, we're going with these. Some are $2. I don't want that one.
That's $2.
Where's the 75 cents ones?
This doesn't.
Oh, that one's super thin. Let's keep looking. Go up and down the aisle real quick and take a peek. Let's see if we can find some little jars to put in that. Let's go down this glass aisle here. Nah, I think a pint jar is going to be too big. It's going to have to be some sort of specialty jar. Hey, will those work? Will they fit in there?
Salt and pepper.
Will they fit? We're doing it.
And they're cheap. They're like 75 cents.
Nice.
Here's a sneak peek of our upcoming haul for Saturday. That bowl didn't make it because it had a big crack, but everything else is going to be up on the website soon.
If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that we are always up for a good project and that we've also been looking for some off-grid land for quite a while. And that afternoon after thrifting, we got a call from our realtor and she was like, hey, I found this piece of property. It's an area you've already looked at. Do you want to go check it out? And we drove out there that afternoon and here's what we found.
Reasons we bought land. Zeb, what kind of hoof print is that?
So this is elk and it's from the last rain, which was 5-6 days ago. So they've been here recently. I found over there where they were bedding down probably as late as a night or two ago.
I'm married to a country boy. Here's the problem. There's cactus, but Zeb has sworn to me on an oath, swear to me,
I swear.
that you will dig up all cactus.
I swear on an oath.
That you will dig up all cactus.
That I will dig up all cactus where we walk.
No, all cactus everywhere. I hate that stuff. It's gross. We did wind up picking up this property. We're actually closing on it today. We won't be doing anything with it other than camping until we finish the church renovations and a few projects around our house. The thing about thrifting is we actually have to make over the items, and so today I'm going to be working on just getting things painted and finished because most of them have sold, and then anything that hasn't sold, I'll update those photos and get them up on the website. I'm using Gray Skies by Cottage Colors. We sell it at JamiRayVintage.com. Gray doesn't really maybe add a lot to these, but it's a great base for the white dry brushing that will come next. The next step while paint is drying on those is to get molds made for a few projects that I have. I'm using the Frames 2 mold. It's gonna go in here. And I'm just gonna put my air dry clay in here. I have already used cornstarch, and that will help my mold release. When you're making a mold, just make sure that you're pushing towards the edge. There's a micro rim, and so if you push against it, you can get a nice clean edge. This is where having your clay nice and moist helps, so always remember not to leave your clay out to dry in between projects. Keep it in a tight Ziploc bag or other airtight container. And if you're not gonna use it for a long period of time, I would actually double Ziploc it. This one is so big, I feel like I have to smooth it out, so I'm just using my brayer. Oops. It's really coming out easy from that mold. And just making it one big piece of clay, and now I'll pull it against the edge. When you're releasing your mold, flip it upside down on a flat surface, and then just peel the back up, and it will easily come out. Our favorite glue is Gorilla Max Strength Construction Adhesive in Clear. We use the big tube, but you can also get it in smaller amounts. You can use Type On 2, Quick and Thick, Eileen's Tacky Glue. We just prefer this one because it's inexpensive in a tube and it sets up fast, especially if it's like a vertical surface, it holds it really well. Always make sure to, if it's a big one, to put glue in the middle so you don't have any hollow areas. This fits, I didn't measure. Oops.
It's so sticky, it's already adhered.
Yeah, I'm like moving it up. Is that like centered to you?
I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit and then I will paint it and let it dry all the way. Okay, so while the mold is wet, I'm going to get my base coat on and then I'm gonna set it outside to really get dry before I do any extra layers or white dry brushing. This clock is pretty ornate and I'm gonna do a two-tone kind of blue, green, and white was my thought. So I'm gonna be using Apothecary and I'm gonna paint this on here. And then I will come back and highlight everything with white paint. So we're just gonna give this a little bit of an update. Now I am on to my dry brush. This is a really simple technique that adds a lot of texture, and I'm just going to basically, just like it sounds, I have a dry brush with white paint on it, and I'm just gonna go across the top of the detail and really bring out the embossed design. So one of the things I like to do though, is I just go one way and then I also go the other way. And then it really brings out the design. That's it. That's all there is to white dry brushing. We're gonna get all this gray stuff white and we'll be good. To finish this off, I'm going to be using the ephemeral melange. That's what it is. Ephemeral melange transfer. It's got lots of little details and ephemera. And I'm just gonna put that in my frame. So I'm gonna be using Golden Rule to just add a little bit of gold detail. I'm using a stencil brush to take that across the top of my frame, and it's just gonna make this next level. Okay, so I don't need to seal anywhere else, except for on top of the transfer, I've got DIY's Liquid Patina, and I'm just using the turquoise iris little edge to come in here and put some sealer over the top of my transfer. Last part that I'm going to be doing a dry brush on, and this isn't really a dry brush, I'm actually just going to brush the top and not really get into the little areas because I want to make this look like it's got a two-tone effect. I probably will dry brush down in here, but everything else is just gonna get a nice little dusting of paint. You know what they say, if you give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna want a glass of milk. Same thing with me when I start to add patina. So I was like, oh, the apothecary and white wax, that's good. And then I'm like, oh no, it leaves a little bling. So then I gave it a little bling and I'm like, you know what? You know, this could really use, it could use a little dark wax. So if at any point in the process you're like, this looks good enough and you're not a fan of dark wax or copper patina, by all means, you can just do a white dry brush and that's fine. But I really want to give this an old world age look and it was just too clean. It was just too clean. I couldn't have it be 100% new looking. So I'm using an artist brush. This is my pro tip because I really don't want it to be super muddy or dirty looking. So I'm just putting this dark wax exactly where I want the patina to be. And I'm being a little bit more careful with it because it could get real dark real fast. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to make it too muddy. So I'm just gonna go around and all the cracks and details where I want the copper to pop, I'm gonna add dark wax. Thanks for coming thrifting with us, seeing our new land that we're super excited. Zeb's always wanted some off-grid property and, as always, just painting thrifted finds.
You know, it's a pretty typical week, you know, lots of thrifting, painting the thrift hall, which Jami mostly did while I was working over at the church. And we always have a little bit of dream in the background, and sometimes those dreams come true.
A little fun and a little work. If you want to use the paint and products that we had today, you can visit jamirayvintage.com and we will drop all of the links below for the items that we used. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.